Magandang gabi mga kaliga! Welcome back to the 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, ang liga para sa lahat. Ako pa rin po si Fiona Bacani, ang inyong courtside reporter para sa araw na to, at live pa rin po kami dito sa Marikina Sports Center for our Thursday doubleheader. Now it's the last day of round 1 at talagang umiinit naman talaga dito sa Marikina. Now earlier we did see the Quezon Tangerines defeat the Pasay Lady Voyagers in a 4-set showdown with Zam Nolasco leading the way. And of course, in just a few moments, we have our World City College's Marikina Lady Shoemasters trying to defend their home court against the undefeated Dasmariñas City Monarchs. So once again, we are still live here at the Marikina Sports Center, and all our games here at the MPVA are free for everyone to watch. So don't forget to head on over here for more exciting volleyball action. But if you can't make it to the venue, you can also catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusap.com. Your game, your community, join now. Powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And of course, a special thanks to our media partners Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Now in just a few moments, we will be seeing very exciting game. Will this be a straight sweep win for our Dasmariñas City Monarchs, or will today be the day that our Giants will be slain? Don't forget to keep it locked only here at the 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association.
In our second game, we will see Celine Dagarat and Vange Alinsug spearheading their teams. Dito pa rin sa Marikina Sports Complex para sa 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. At syempre, we will be witnessing Marikina Lady Shoemasters playing against Dasmariñas City Monarchs. The game or the host para dito sa ating pangalawang laro, Monarchs aiming to get another win, and Marikina trying to come back from their defeat in their previous match. Good evening, volleyball fans. Sheila Saraysay together with Jill and Lim. And kanina, you've witnessed Fiona Bacani, our courtside reporter, bringing you the action at mas mainit-init na laro ngayong gabi. Ngayon naman, Jill, ano sa tingin mo ang magiging takbo ng ating laro for this time?
Well, undeniably, we are seeing the top one spot here, Dasmariñas City Monarchs taking on nga itong Marikina Lady Shoemasters. So it is the top seed against the team with a home court advantage, so to speak.
Well, that home court advantage, hindi yan ang nangyari sa last na laro ng Marikina Lady Shoemasters, as they were not able to defend their home court. At syempre, they actually played against Quezon Tangerines, at nabanggit ko nga in their first appearance, they struggled losing in straight sets.
Yes nga naman, they did face our defending champions, and doon nga hindi nga sila lumamang sa attacks, hindi rin sila lumamang sa aces. Opponent errors, marami rin silang naibigay sa Quezon Tangerines na more than half actually, or double ng naibigay na errors ng Quezon Tangerines. Although, they did shine in their blocking game.
Ang hirap nga nitong mga nakapila para kalabanin ng Marikina Lady Shoemasters from the defending champs last season. The top one naman ng this season ang kanilang haharapin. Apart from that, nawala kasi itong top scorers nila na si Bridget Martinez in their previous match, but it was one of the veterans, Sheena Chopitea, who really stepped up in their game.
Yes, Chopitea putting 11 points, 5 attacks, 4 blocks, and 2 aces on the board. The only player actually to have reached double digits in that straight set loss nga against Quezon Tangerines.
That's correct, but it has a contribution, of course, from Celine Dagarat with 9 points. But the question is, can Chopitea build on this performance and help their team win for this match? Pero tingnan natin kung may masasabi si Fiona Bacani about the team Marikina or Chopitea.
Now, the Marikina Lady Shoemasters are set to defend their home court today against the undefeated Dasmariñas City Monarchs. But they will still have to do it without Carla Concepcion, who is still with a right ankle sprain after suffering that injury in their previous game yesterday against Quezon. But despite the setback, the Lady Shoemasters are taking this as a valuable opportunity for their players to step up. Now, it's a young team, a rebuilding one, but of course, coach reminds them that there is nothing to lose and everything to gain. This is a chance for Marikina's rising talents to test themselves against a powerhouse team. And there's a little pressure, but overall, the Lady Shoemasters are excited and ready to embrace this challenge because more than skill, it's the heart that shows in every point and in every game. Now, this squad is definitely eager to learn and grow alongside the best that the nation has to offer. And that's all from me over here. Back to you, Jolanda and Sheila.
Well, definitely a young team. Parati yung may takeaways, lalo na kung ang kalaban nila ay mas experience at may mga veterano. Yan ang makikita natin for this match. Now, apart from that, she talked about the challenge, she talked about the learnings, but this time, Dasmariñas' previous game against Binyan, it should have been a test of character for the Monarchs as they took on this red-hot Tatak Gel squad that was riding a 4-match winning streak. But they defeated this team in straight sets.
Yes, well, Binyan did have that 4-game winning streak. Pero sabi nga ng Dasmariñas City Monarchs, wait, we will get our 5th game winning streak here today. They continue their reign dito sa ating lahat ng mga statistics. Attacks 39, blocks 6-0 ng Binyan. Aces 13-3, and sa errors nga, mas marami pa rin namang naibigay itong Binyan na puntos dito sa Dasmariñas City Monarchs. Truly a force to be reckoned with.
That's correct. It's a total dominance, lalo na kung titingnan yung statistics. Nako, well, players like Celine Marsh, Sam Cantada, and Evangeline Sug were front and center in the previous victories ng Dasmariñas. Ibang storya naman ang nangyari nitong latest win over Binyan, of course. And in this match, it's Jocelyn Salazar ang nagpakita.
Yes, Salazar with 11 points, 9 attacks, 1 block, and 1 ace. Dagdag din natin na it was actually the same statistics na ipinakita ng kanyang teammate na si Champ Maaya, but in the end, it was Salazar who was crowned queen of the court due to her efforts and consistency.
That's correct, and we will see if she will be consistent enough to replicate what she did in the previous game. Ngayon, can Marikina defend their home court this time, or the Monarchs continue to be superior in this match? Yan ang mapapanood natin. Kaya naman, i-turn ko na sa ating venue announcer para masimulan na ang laro na to. To catch all the games live and free and exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now, powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPBA. Special thanks to our media partner, Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. And of course, in a bit, mapapanood na nga natin ang laro sa pagitan ng Marikina Lady Shoemasters at Dasmariñas City Monarchs. At eto na, totoo na to, ipapasa ko na sa venue announcer for our starting lineups.
Presenting our officials for match number 28. First referee, Daniel Gian. Second referee, Paul Henry Framil. Good evening, Marikina City! It's time for the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Our second game features your Marikina Lady Shoemasters going up against the Dasmariñas City Monarchs. And now the starting lineup for your Marikina World City Colleges Lady Shoemasters. Number 3, Celine Dagara. Number 6, Liam Lenguae. Number 7, Leanne Marcelo. Number 9, ang Christian Lero. Number 19, Eloy Balmedina. Number 22, Sheena Chopitea. And starting libero is number 16, Precious Cruz. Head coach for the Lady Shoemasters is Revi Pioquinto. And now the starting lineup for the Dasmariñas City Monarchs. Number 3, at center, Abigail Pono. Middle blocker number 7, Jenlyn Acol. Middle blocker number 8, Patrice Salazar. Number 16, Rachel Bahamonde. Number 19, outside hitter, Celine Marsh. Number 21, outside hitter, Myrtle Escandar. And our starting libero is number 20, Icy Cepada. Head coach for the Monarchs is Regine Diogo.
These are the girls starting for both teams, wearing white and blue. Ang Marikina Lady Shoemasters and green and yellow naman for Dasmariñas. We have Lero Balmedina, Chopitea, Dagarat, Lenguaje, Marcelo, and their starting libero is Precious Cruz for Coach Revi. Pono, Bahamonde, Jacob Escandar, Celine March, Salazar, and Cepada. Ang starting libero naman for Coach Regine. So we have women coaches for tonight, Jeland, and definitely it's going to be another interesting match para sa ating second game.
Indeed, I think you can say na ito nga ay isang inaabangan talagang match today. Of course, you have the very dominant Dasmariñas City Monarchs going up against ito ngang home team na Marikina Lady Shoemasters.
As we begin set number 1, Chopitea serves. Pono, hinabol, free ball for Marikina. Attack error. Unang puntos mapupunta sa Dasmariñas.
Both teams just warming up pa lang naman dito, early stages talaga of the game.
Pono serving. Giving an attack error, easy point.
Yeah, both points natin on the board ngayon, both due to errors.
That's right. Pono more time on the floor as the playmaker para dito sa Dasmariñas Monarchs. Whistle called against Bahamonde.
Bit of a tight set there as the pass didn't really go as planned. Medyo nahirapan dito si Pono to set the ball as she would have liked.
Lero on the side of Lady Shoemasters. Setting this one to the open over the blockers. But that's just too strong by Salazar. Marikina already having a 2-point lead, 3 serving 1. A sharp serve. Ono goes to the opposite. Marsh cross court. That's her first.
You know, I was about to say actually na parang nagpapadala sa errors itong Dasmariñas natin. But Celine Marsh shows na walang problema. Kayang-kaya kong bawiin yan with that beautiful ball placement there.
One of the constants for Coach Regine and of course the veteran as Dagarat tries but picked up. Ono gives it to the other side, cross court. Ang bilis nakabawi at pumuntos ni Salazar.
Beautiful angle there talaga ng bola, but also you can see yung patience niya in timing that hit correctly.
Marsh on deck, tied at 3. Lero, Dagarat off speed. Escanlar was blocked. That ball went out. Bola ng Dasmariñas.
Still, it's a point nga for Dasmariñas with that off-the-hands hit.
Almost a point for Marsh. Cruz setting this one to the open. Nandun si Cepada. Pono to Marsh. Just hitting that towards the net.
Yun nga, I think we have been seeing so far some uncharacteristic errors dito from this very experienced Dasmariñas team. A lot of the points dito na Marikina ngayon, actually from errors ng Dasmariñas.
That's correct. As Dagarat serves, another error given up.
And that's going to hurt in the stat sheet later. Pero for now, tabla pa naman sila halos.
Yes, they can still, not they can still, but safe to say na pwede pa silang magkamali at this part. But, you know, if you're going up against a team like Dasmariñas, you know, you should be really careful. Palitan ng errors at the service area so far.
A lot of the girls here today going for floaters. Pero nga, since nga it is the start of the game, mahirap actually to parang get your bearings, especially when it comes to float serves.
And just like that, Salazar smashing it cross court. Ganda din ang setup doon. That was really a tough angle.
But of course, that's just a testament talaga to the skill of a hitter like Salazar.
The first ball by Cruz. Lero sets it up to the open. Ono to the middle, over the blocker ni Jacob.
Dasmariñas running the quick there, and it's good.
Good timing as well. And Chopitea was the only blocker in front, allowing Jacob a lot of options. Marcelo from the opposite did not go. Jacob was blocked. Cepada to Escanlar, cross court, too wide.
Good intention from Escanlar there, trying to veer the ball away from the blockers waiting.
6 serving 7. Marcelo serves for Marikina. Sansa. Lero to Chopitea. Escanlar tries. Picked up. Good coverage. But not enough for Marikina to put that ball over, causing them an error, giving Dasmariñas a point. Heading on to the first technical timeout, the Monarchs leading by 2.
Plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Welcome back to the 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now the Dasmariñas squad continues to set the standard this season. Undefeated and with only 1 set lost in the entire first round, on paper they play near perfect volleyball. But behind that success are challenges that have shaped their journey. Now for the team, this league is more than just a competition. It's the building blocks of who these young players will be in the future. After several key players graduating and some not playing, others have had to step up, adjust, and learn new roles. Now coach calls it a rebuilding process focused on growth and not just victories. And even with their dominant record, complacency has no place here. The players say that they respect every opponent, knowing that in volleyball, bilog ang bola and anything can happen. There is a system here that they're living and a legacy that they're protecting. So there's so much the squad is fighting for, and it's why 100% is never enough. Back to you, Jaland and Sheila.
Thank you so much for that report, Fiona. Muli nga, suto nga yung sinabi mo, 100% is never enough here on court. Especially if you're going up against a strong team that does not let up. Na alam mo talaga may potential sila. They have that ability na humabol at humabol talaga.
That's right. And you know, it's always a learning process. Lalo na kung ang kaharap mong mga teams ay ganito ka-experience. But you know, every season naman itong Marikina, we see their efforts every time. And in the last season, hindi unexpected na nakabalik itong Marikina. But no, meanwhile, another error at the service area, just hitting Chopitea on the head.
So, kailangan lang ng konting restyling, resetting dito, kumbaga. And I think that's what Marikina has to do as well as they are trailing by 3.
Service ace. Courtesy of Jacob.
Napakabigat nga nung palo ni Jacob doon, going for that floater na actually Marikina did try to get it pero parang lumampas lang ng konti doon sa kamay, no?
Another ace para kay Jacob. Too strong.
Don't worry, Cruz is all right. Talagang hinabol niya doon yung bola, just crashing into the barriers, but all good. She is back on court and ready once again to defend the court for her team.
Kasama sa trabaho ng libero yun.
Talaga, sila yung talagang
humabol ng bola.
gumugulong.
Yan. But an error given up by Dasmariñas. Easy point for the Lady Shoemasters. Chopitea serving. Another error given up.
I think ito nga yung sinasabi mo kanina, no, Sheila, na when it comes to facing a team like Dasmariñas, talagang very costly making errors nitong Marikina. Kita nga natin kanina, tabla sila. But now, medyo lumalaki na yung lamang nitong Dasmariñas.
Well, apart from the efforts of Dasmariñas, it's really the errors na binibigay dito at puntos na binibigay dito ng Lady Shoemasters. 9 serving 13. Lero on deck. Service ace.
Kanina, no, we were just talking about how itong mga errors nila are giving points, but now their services are gaining points. Lero,
Kailangan yun, kailangan.
that float just sailing into that space talaga of uncertainty for Dasmariñas.
The first ball. Pono goes to Marsh, slamming that cross court.
What a great hit doon from Celine Marsh. Talagang as you can see, grabe yung kanyang approach, that height that she gets actually from her jump.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. Wala pa siyang blockers nun sa harap.
Delikado talaga when a spiker of her caliber is really left unchecked.
Alinsug. Tulero. Dagarat. Down the line. One hand pickup. Lero goes to the open. Pono to Escanlar with a drop. Nandun si Lero. Attack from the back. Escanlar once again empowering it through the blockers.
Escanlar from the left there. That speed, as well as the force that she hits that ball. Great effort though on the part of Cruz getting her hands under that, but that was just too strong a hit.
That's right. Monarchs up by 5. The first ball, Lero to the middle, but somebody touched the net.
Yun nga, that was a tight set because yung first ball was a bit shaky. Kumbaga, no room there for the spiker to adjust and hit as they would like.
Ball goes back to the Lady Shoemasters, 11 serving 15. A sharp one. Cross court, too wide.
Beautiful service nga there from the Marikina Lady Shoemasters, not allowing the Dasmariñas to run a perfect play, resulting in that error.
Tatlong hinahabol dito ng Lady Shoemasters. Pono to Escanlar on top of the blockers. And that sends us to our second technical timeout. Escanlar with a lot of swing in that last attack. Dasmariñas having a 4-point lead.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You're still watching Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association live here dito sa Marikina Sports Complex, and you can catch all the games also live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA, at maraming salamat to our media partner Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. And of course, we would like to thank Mayor Man Chodoro, Councilor Coach Elvis Tolentino, World City Colleges, Marikina K9 Search and Rescue, and to Magic 7 Sportswear. Yan, kilalang kilala yan dito sa Marikina. Meanwhile, back on the floor, Dasmariñas City Monarchs ang nangunguna, having 4 points lead against the Lady Shoemasters. And on deck, that is Bahamonde. Lero sets it to the middle. Jacob was there to guard the net.
Denied. I think yun yung nangyayari with those kinds of sets. Madaling nabasa talaga ng blockers that it was going up to the only person on court going up for an approach.
Good first ball. Sets it to the open, but still, no entry. Sabi nga ng Dasmariñas. That time, and you have Salazar and Acob in front.
Sarado talaga itong depensa ngayon ng Dasmariñas.
Serving 12. Lero to the middle. Drop will not work for Dasmariñas. One more time. Escandal tries, and the top angle. That will work.
I think na-highlight dito yung difference in attack approaches nitong Marikina versus Dasmariñas. Marikina going for those soft tips, those drop balls. Meanwhile, Dasmariñas just hitting the ball as hard as they possibly can. And so far, I think nakikita natin that one strategy is prevailing over the other dito sa ating set 1.
Meron namang first ball itong Marikina. It's just that the challenge for them to be able to convert to a point. Sa tindi pa ng mga nasa harap nitong Dasmariñas. But another easy point given up by the Monarchs. If I'm not mistaken, that is their 4th already for this set. 13, serving 9. And this is Balmedina. Service out.
We're seeing a lot of errors actually dito sa ating set 1 in terms on the service line.
Timeout called here by Coach Revi. Pakinggan natin.
Service mo, ibibigay mo outside. Alam natin lahat sa'yo yon. Pero, matagal mo nang alam na sa'yo yon. Okay?
Gagawin ko po yung coach pag pumasok po ako ulit.
Huwag mo akong sinasagot-sagot, huwag mo akong tinataray-tarayan.
And we've just talked about that, Jelan, yung service errors. Actually, hindi lang ng Marikina, pati ng Dasmariñas. Diba? Kanina pa sila nag-co-commit ng service errors dito. And of course, I mean, kung sa basketball sinasabi nila, yun yung chance mo na makapuntos. Sa basketball, free throw yan. So you have 8 seconds volleyball, to hit that ball. And hindi ka pwedeng magpamigay ng ganung kadali kasi puntos yung pinapamigay mo.
Exactly. And yun nga, so you have said, actually pareho naman silang not effective on the service line. Yung kaibahan nga lang dito, ang Dasmariñas, nakakabawi naman sila in their attacks.
Correct.
And blocks as well.
That's right. Monarchs leading big now for set number 1. Quick set by Jacob. That can't be stopped.
Yeah. That just flashed right before our eyes.
Yes.
Slamming that ball down talaga from the middle. Too quick for any defenders actually to get their hands under it.
Daming options dito ng setter ng Dasmariñas. Good read by Cruz and Dagarat. And that service error, another one given up by Dasmariñas. Pero malaki pa rin ang kalamangan nila dito. Lero now checking in. Back on the floor again. Replacing Sarte.
I'm starting to wonder tuloy if yung mga teams na to, meron ba silang parang system na nangyayari sa next training session kapag marami silang errors?
Yes, meron yan. Definitely. Depende kung sa serve, sa defense, or sa spike. A lot. Not too much power in that attack by Salazar, but still resulted to a point. Substitution again. Igor replacing that time Marcelo. 23 serving 14. Good anticipation. Ball is still up. Pono goes to the opposite side, hitting that towards the net.
I mean, that hit did go into the net, pero actually, the blocking din ng Marikina, the blockers also helped dun. Nakita nung spiker that two blockers were actually waiting for her, and so, hence, the error. Pero good din on the part ng blockers Marikina, no? Despite actually another hitter running up to the net, nabasa nila who the set was going to.
That's right. Alinsug. Touching the tape of the net, but contributing 1 point on the board. De La Peña, papasok.
Combination play there from Dasmariñas. I think that's what makes this so what makes this team so difficult to defend against. Sorry.
That's right.
Na talagang you don't know who's gonna hit the ball because everyone is running up for that spike.
Set point. And serving is Jacob. And the service ace capping off set number 1. And what a way for Dasmariñas to get their first set win. It was a total team effort so far.
Medyo shaky nga yung start nitong dalawang teams, nagbibigayan ng air. But in the end, naka-recover agad nga itong si Dasmariñas. And they were able to convert every ball that was given to them.
That's correct. 25-15, set number 1, Dasmariñas taking their first set win.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
25-15, yan ang ating score para sa set number 1 between Dasmariñas, of course, and Marikina Lady Masters. Sa simula nito, nakita natin exchanges of errors at the service area. But still, nakabawi nga etong Dasmariñas Monarchs, Jillan.
Dasmariñas Monarchs, very deadly nga dito sa ating attacking line, dito sa ating net. They're getting their attacks in, they're getting their blocks. Talagang so far, they have been showing a solid performance and we will see if kaya nga bawasan pa ng Marikina itong mga errors nila para makasabay kumbaga or to actually get their game going and para naman to also show a performance.
That's correct. And if we look at the statistics, tingnan na lang natin itong side ng Dasmariñas. Well, they have been actually not completely dominated, but definitely made their effort to somehow cook from their errors at the beginning of the set. On the side of the Lady Voyagers, tingnan natin on how they will adjust to their errors committed pagdating sa set number 1. What do you think, Jillan?
Well, I think the challenge here is to definitely get attacks through. Because talagang I don't think, even though syempre important ang service aces, important ang blocks and all that, I don't think you can really get your game or your system running kapag yung mga atake nyo hindi pumapasok. And also, that also goes for the morale, syempre, ng hitters mo. It feels good to get a spike in. And so I hope that they will have the chance to experience that feeling dito sa set 2 natin.
That's right. As we begin the second set with the service ace, courtesy by Pono.
During their last match against Binyan, you can remember, nagpaulan din ng aces itong Dasmariñas nga. Almost all players on the court that time putting up a service ace sa kanilang statistics.
One service earned, one service point given away. On deck for Marikina is Lero. Good serve. Alinsog with a full swing. Good coverage. Sansa ibibigay sa Dasmariñas. Ono goes to the open. Off timing. Lero to the opposite, and that ball went through.
Marikina now with an attack point. Courtesy.
That time of that girl in the opposite. I believe that's... We'll see. As Lero serves again. Aggressiveness at the net by Val Medina. So it was Palek who got that score earlier. Good anticipation at the net for Val Medina. Lady Shoemasters on top by 2. Good first ball by Cepada. Alinsog tries finding the gap in between the blockers.
Just like putting a needle through a thread rather. Talagang nahanap niya doon yung butas.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. Almost a service ace. At naibalik nga sa Monarchs. Pono sets this one to Escanlar, showing her version of a smash.
Talagang when you give Dasmariñas the chance to attack, they really make it a point to drive it home, ano?
Pag titingnan mo itong Dasmariñas, no, hindi sila complacent. No, they sustain their intensity and energy, sino man yung makatapat nila.
That is true, and I think that really is a testament to the character of each player talaga. The mindset honed sa kanila nung system na meron nila, the coaches that they were under.
Pono goes to the middle, solo block. Escanla tries, and that is an attack error. Monster block.
I think that goes as an attack, a block point rather.
Good.
For Marikina.
Yes.
Their first one as
Yes.
well.
That is Palek earning that point. Alinsog to Pono. And violation committed by Dasmariñas. Good start for the Lady Shoe Masters as they lead by 3. Timeout called. Dasmariñas. Good showing at this part of the game for the girls of Coach Revi. They are getting more points from their efforts. And on the side of Dasmariñas, yung errors naman nila ngayon dumadagdag din sa puntos o kalamangan dito ng Lady Shoe Masters. Now it's all about consistency for Marikina if they are able to keep up this lead.
Let's see what adjustments ang gagawin nga nitong Dasmariñas after that timeout. But so far, same players are still on the court. No substitutions yet for either team since set 1.
Pono to Salazar. Good adjustment. Ang bilis mag-approach and she acknowledges kasi na mababa yung setup sa kanya. But still, that earned them a point.
You can see how fast Dasmariñas runs their play, ano? As soon as ma-receive, diretso yan agad sa setter, diretso dito sa spiker, scoring them the point.
Good eye by Linsog. But that enough for Marikina's Shoemasters
Great
to
push.
get that ball through.
Great push there, great awareness by Maaya. Just using one hand to get the ball over, and that's good enough to throw Marikina Lady Shoemasters into chaos.
Good first ball. Lero goes to the middle, blocked by Maaya. And that's over set. Chance for Dasma. Escanlar. A no-go. Lero. Oh, that's 4 touches already for the Lady Shoemasters.
Every single player on that side of the court running to get the ball naman talaga, trying to connect as much as possible.
Tied at 6. Make that Lady Shoemasters leading by a point. Pero naka-smile pa rin si Coach Regine.
I think she has a lot of trust naman talaga in her players that they will find the rhythm in the set, just as they did in set 1.
Oh, a quick attack by Champ Maaya.
You can see there, Maaya really waiting for that ball to come to her. And when it did, she just drove it home.
Attack error, that time by Lenguaje, just hitting it towards the net.
But these are the kinds of errors actually na you can credit to the blockers of the other team na naalangan ba yung spiker because they see the tall wall waiting for them on the other side of the court.
Balik sa Dasmariñas ang lamang as we head on to our first technical timeout.
Fans, play games with Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You are still watching the 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now for former Marikina Lady Shoemasters team captain Shannon Palek, who is watching in the stands, stepping back onto this court is like turning a page in her own volleyball journey. Now she remembers the early days of the MPVA, the wins, the losses, and how Marikina rose from the bottom to claim a bronze medal. But now watching a younger generation, including her sister Shanalyn, take the floor fills her with pride. She sees the eagerness, their hunger to learn, which only means that the level of volleyball is growing. Now she wants a team to know that the first set, the first round, or the first points don't define your journey. It's how you keep moving forward that does, and she is living proof of that. Now Shannon hopes that the MPVA continues to reach more grassroots avenues. Importanteng nakikita to sa TV, sabi niya, para alam ng mga bata na kahit saan man sila galing, kahit sa LGU sila, abot kamay ang kanilang mga pangarap. Balik sa inyo, Sheila and Janan.
Of course. Well, thank you for that, Fiona. A lot of players na talagang grassroots, product of grassroots program, developmental volleyball, and well, Shannon Palek also was one of the key players of Marikina in the previous season. And I know that she also has her parang club na binubuo focusing on developmental volleyball. I mean, giving back and sharing to other kids yung talent niya. And now we're seeing more of her sister na nagpapakita rin naman dito sa MPVA this season. Meanwhile, Escanlar continues to deliver.
I think actually Escandar has been scoring 3 consecutive points
Yes.
now. All really, really strong hits. Grabe nga talaga.
And
That's, here
yes.
comes the boom. Nga talaga if I've ever
Right.
seen one.
Timeout muli ang Marikina. Pakinggan natin.
Doon sa loob, wala ka nang gagawin. Kailangan mo talaga mag-start sa linya.
Coach, paano kasi ang nangyari po kanina sa blocking is ito, tapos nakabuka po siya. So, hindi ko alam kung sa butak ba ako or urong na lang ako dito.
Kailangan.
Urong na lang po ako dito. Kasi,
Kasi pag pumasok ka,
kaya
pabaon,
ko na po na sinaraisa. Okay.
kausapin mo sila.
Well, it was, according to Coach Revy, of course, kailangan nilang humabol. Kanina, maganda pa yung pinapakita nila. But, well, again, this string of errors really causing them na tumigil yung kanilang pagpuntos. And it was the Dasmariñas Monarchs continues to grab the lead as Alinsug was dug. Chapitea with the drop. Nandun si Escanlar. Pono goes to Alinsug once again. Tries the other side and that will work for Dasmariñas.
Alinsug successful there on that second middle attack, or back attack rather. Aiming for that sideline doon. Sumapit ang konti sa net, but still, that ball was good.
Salazar with the serve. Lero, chance ball para sa Dasma. A drop! Easy peasy for Pono.
Pono saw that space doon nga sa side ng Marikina natin. Marikina players just not in the right position talaga to get that ball.
13 serving 7. Salazar still on deck. Lero with a one-hand drop to Chopitea and the veteran scores for Marikina. Awareness inside the court for Chopitea at nagawan pa niya ng paraan yung setup na yun na dikit sa net. Pono to Escanlar again. Down the line smash.
Talagang Escanlar has been working so well for Dasmariñas today. Talagang
Ayan.
tuloy-tuloy yung pagpuntos niya.
That's right, and that was this game's community cam powered by pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Volleyball fans enjoying here at the Marikina Sports Complex, and
Block is good.
point earned by the Lady Shoemasters.
That was the Pono Maaya duo. Just saying no to that hit from the Lady Shoemasters.
Pono to Alinsug, down the line, picked up. Cross court, nandun. Sepada, Alinsug tries again, cross court, and that is a point earned by Dasmariñas.
Alinsug really just hitting that ball as she sees fit. Talagang siya rin has been on the board constantly in this set for Dasmariñas. Ganda. Again, ng placement, that angle that she gets on the ball.
15 serving 9, Champ Maaya on deck. Lero. Attack from the back did not work for Marikina. Escanlar's hit too long.
She actually knew that
Oh.
as soon as the ball made contact with her palm. That ball, that hit was a no-go.
Service error given up easily by Marikina. 16 points of the Monarchs heading on to our second technical timeout. 16-10 is the count.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPBA. And maraming salamat sa ating media partner Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. You're watching the second game of our doubleheader. Kanina it was Pasay.
Now we're
And-
seeing a new face here on
Yes,
court, actually.
Pasay and Quezon. And this time, it's Dasmariñas and Marikina. And Mauricio earning a point from the service area.
Fresh off the bench, but already making her mark here in this game, in this set.
Almost an ace. Free ball para sa Dasma. Alinsog off speed, but same result. Puntos yan para sa Monarchs.
The great thing about Alinsug is she can really adjust yung mga hits niya depending on what's needed. Kanina we saw some fireballs from her. Now we're seeing the more off-speed, yung placement naman ngayon yung kanyang priority.
It's the variety of attacks for the team captain. Cepada sets this one to Salazar from the opposite, off speed, and that hole in the middle of the court of Marikina is still left empty.
Dasmariñas really taking advantage niyang butas ng Marikina natin. The blockers not really committing as well as or as hard as you want them to in blocking these
yes,
hitters.
absence of communication was present in that last two frames for Marikina. Blocked, no coverage for the Lady Shoemasters. Substitution on the side of the Monarchs as Makasae checks in, replacing Alinsug.
The Garat roof there by Salazar and De La Peña.
Timeout called here by Coach Revy dahil 10 na ang kalamangan dito ng Dasmariñas. Pakinggan natin.
Ladies, kasi ang ginawa ko kanina kay Ada, pinagsisimula ako sa linya dahil mahahaba yung palo. Now, nag-adjust sila. So, kailangan din natin mag-adjust kasi yung bola bumabagsak na dito. Kailangan natin kunin yun. Kailangan natin habulin. Okay?
Nakadikit ata yung pasa na.
It is the adjustment nga of Dasmariñas in this set that has given them the edge. Kaya naman ang payo ni Coach, kailangan din mag-adjust ng Marikina Lady Shoemasters. At syempre po nandin itong butas nga that Dasmariñas has been taking advantage of for the past 2 or 3 points
That's
now.
correct. Still serving is Caitlin Mauricio. Lero with a drop. Almost a point. Escanla tries from the back. Salazar trying to trying a drop, but that just went through the net.
Yun nga, narinig na nga tayo ng Marikina blockers. That was good enough to get them a point.
11 serving 20. Mauricio sets it to the open of the block. The defense of Marikina scrambling. Chansa umuli para sa Dasmariñas. Mauricio sets it to Escanlar to the back. Picked up. But that time, De La Peña just anticipating that over reception.
Great rally from both teams talaga. The defense on both sides was really spectacular, pero in the end, it's the awareness and quick thinking nitong si De La Peña that sealed that rally for Dasmariñas.
Lero to the middle with a drop, and still the ball is up. Tries the other side. Good block for Dasmariñas.
And it's those points talaga actually na ayaw mo sanang ibigay sa kalaban. Yung mga points na pwede naman pa sanang kunin pero nagkahiyaan lang. Walang humabol na nag-commit dun sa bola.
Off speed, nandun si Cepada. Mauricio gives it to Escanlar once again. This time, she's rejected. And that is excellent net defense by Dagarat in front, together with Bal Medina.
Escanlar has actually been such a scoring machine for Dasmariñas ever since. Kaya alam na rin ng Marikina that she is the one that they have to stop.
That's right. Mauricio to Escanlar once again. Angat. Marikina will try, pero nandun si Makasait. Escanlar this time, still cross court. Did not work. A drop. Nakita yan ng Dasmariñas. Excellent effort by the Lady Shoemasters. And what a way to end the rally. That is a wasted opportunity by the Lady Shoemasters.
They just tried to send that ball over pero talagang sumobra. The control was just not there. The intention was there, but the execution could have been
Better.
better.
That's right. 23 serving 12. Attack. Escanlar gives a free ball. Dagarat from the back. Angat ni De La Peña. Mauricio to Escanlar. Still rejected the second time. Babalik sa Dasmariñas ang bola. With a full swing. And sa Escanlar just saying, tama na to.
Tama na to. Kailangan ko ng pumuntos dito. Kanina, Sheila, naramdaman ko yung kaba mo nung parang magsa-sail out ulit yung bola ng Marikina. But pinick up nga ng Dasmariñas and eventually they were able to convert it to a point, courtesy again of Escanlar.
Set point for the Monarchs. Middle attack. Almost a point. Mauricio giving a free ball. Goes to the opposite this time. Off the block and still it's Palek earning a score, and that's a set point save.
Now, you talked about yung experience itong ni Palek kanina, and she is really getting her team together, really rallying them to still fight through this set despite this 11-point deficit.
That's right.
Kanina nga you were talking about how si Coach Reg, despite yung nung kanina na lumalamang tong Marikina, parang smile pa rin si Coach Reg. Very complacent because as we can see naman, talagang nabawi ng Dasmariñas and they're making good work of their rather shaky start.
That's correct. Clarifications on the side of the Lady Shoemasters. This is Balmedina committing an error, giving away a point to Dasmariñas City Monarchs, and that is an easy point earned by the girls to cap off this set at 25-13.
Unli projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
25-13 is the score, and Dasmariñas really showing consistency dito sa match na to, Jillian.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Dasmariñas has ever dropped a set.
Once.
Once.
Yes,
they have.
in the
They have never
season.
dropped a match.
Yes,
But they
yes.
have dropped a set
That's
once.
correct.
Pero mukhang hindi, if this pattern continues, mukhang that will not happen here because they have shown that their reign is really
Of course,
supreme.
one of the definitely dominant teams we have in the season, kaya naman sila ay nananatili sa tuktok ng ating standings. And with these players on the floor for Coach Regine, talaga naman pinapahirapan ang koponan ng Lady Shoemasters. Well, the top scorer for now for Dasmariñas is Escandlara with 12, followed by Jacob with 7, Alinsog and Salazar only 5 points each.
Ayan nga, the story of set 2 is just a bit similar actually to set 1. Although now, meron ng attacks and blocks on the board itong Marikina Lady Voyagers. And let's hope that they can ride this momentum. And sana pa-improve sila ng pa-improve. Sana their numbers grow even more in the set if they want to clinch this win.
Well, so far, looking at the stats, maganda yung nagiging progress. But Alinsog getting their first point on the board.
Alinsug, one of the consistent players and consistent scorers, rather, for Dasmariñas here today.
The first ball, Lero gives this one to the open, and that is Celine Dagarat hitting it through the blockers.
Even seeing that wall, she was unfazed talaga, just hitting it as hard as she could, and she did get results. Ayun nga, the block from Dasmariñas not as tight as they would have liked.
Good adjustment on the side of Dasmariñas, but too much power by Jacob. Attack goes out.
Dasmariñas really using speed as their weapon here, although that is the downside of that kind of fast play na mamali lang ng konti yung timing mo, yung angle mo ng set, yung pag-match, it's gonna sail out.
That's right. Palek sets this one to the open. And down the line attack for Dagarat, but that is just too wide.
We're seeing kind of a mirror of set 1 and set 2 here. Palitan ng errors sa early stages of each set.
Alinsug on deck. Good first ball. Lero to the middle. A drop. Not work for the Lady Shoemasters. Escanlar over the blockers and still getting another point.
Escanlar really calling that ball. Kita mo naman talagang pumuesto na siya outside the line to take that swing. Talagang she really wanted that approach, that momentum to swing hard and take it home.
Lero with a drop. Well read by Cepada. Attack from the back. Opposite hit. Tough angle. Point earned here.
From the right this time, that was Jacob. Ngayon, we've been seeing a lot of attacks from the left, from the right dito sa Dasmariñas. Although parang medyo naglaylo yung mga quicks nila from the middle as well as their back attacks.
Service ace.
Pero alam mo, wala namang problema if they're scoring. And that was such a great ace talaga from Dasmariñas. That ball just stopping short.
Yes.
Just dropping bigla dito sa harap ng ating Marikina defenders.
Well, excellent control of the ball for Banja Linsug. Another service ace. Back-to-back aces by the team captain.
The City Monarchs captain leading the charge there. This time, a stronger ace naman. The variety talaga she has in her pocket. Kanina we talked about the variety of her attacks. Now we are seeing the variety of her serves.
Correct. Lero. Oh, aggressiveness in that 1-2 play.
Medyo shaky first ball dyan from Marikina, but now they have stopped the service run or the strong serves nga nitong si Alinsug.
Good timing in the net for Lero. 3 serving 6. Sharp serve. Double quick. Make it more difficult for the Lady Shoemasters to read that kind of setup.
Hindi mo alam talaga kung saan manggagaling itong attackers ng Dasmariñas there. Both of them running up for that ball.
Dasmariñas leading by 4. As Lero gives this one to the open. And Palek just finding a way to add a point on the board.
Palek really just committing to that swing despite seeing yung blockers waiting for her there. Finding a way to swing that ball or to hit that ball rather in a way that would bring them a point.
Oh. Palek one-hand block. Excellent timing. Another net defense. Excellent by Marikina. Back-to-back blocks. Getting them that point. Very rare. Superb net defense displayed here by the girls of Coach Revi.
Grabe, sarado nga po ang tindahan pero bukas na bukas ang opportunity for Marikina to catch up in the set as they trail only by 2 now.
That's right. Back to 3 with that service error. And with that, punta tayo sa ating unang technical timeout. 3 ang kalamangan ng Dasmariñas.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Down 2 sets, the Marikina squad gathered at the bench with frustration. Coach reminded them na igalaw nyo yung paa nyo. Paano kayo makakasabay kung ayaw nyo magdepensa? Dahan-dahan lang, sabi ni Coach. Start with a service and make it count. Now the coaching staff urges them to focus, have more composure, and really prioritize teamwork. They emphasized readiness, especially in every block and every cover, because every ball matters now. Now, senior Trisha Lero also stepped in, not with anger but with calm assurance. Huwag puro block ang isipin, basta maangat lang yung bola. Kailangan natin magtiwala sa isa't isa, sabi niya. Now, that's a reminder of what Marikina Volleyball has always been about, heart, trust, and effort. As they head back to the court, it's not just about catching up on the scoreboard, it's about proving that they can still fight. Back to you, Sheila and Julan.
Well, not really technical in that last report by Fiona, but more on the fundamentals. Diba? Yun yung kanina pa sa tingin natin na kulang dito ng Marikina apart from the consistency. Jillan.
Exactly. I think dito nagsashow nga, as Fiona said, yung frustration nga ni Coach Revy. Yung igalaw nga yung mga paa nila because they have been letting a lot of balls drop on their side of the court. Itong mga balls na kaya namang takpan, and that is one example actually.
That's correct. But titingnan nga natin if they will be able to execute yung mga reminders sa kanila ni Coach Revy. Pero, well, in that last sequence, you can see the anticipation at the net. That time by Dasmariñas, and that was Abigail Bono. 10 serving 5. Babawi ang Marikina, and they did. You have Liam Lenguaje.
Lenguaje there trying her best to adjust nga to the set that she was given, and she did really well using her left hand at that to push that ball over.
6 serving 10. Service out.
All smiles pa rin naman itong Marikina Lady Shoe Masters.
Lero! Buti na lang kinuha. Oh! Alinso just slamming it down the line. Let's take a look at that once again. Practice spike for Vangeline Sug. Buti na lang marunong umiwas itong si Lero, and that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. Service ace. Escanlar was so sure that serve is in.
Talagang you could see how that ball sailed over yung heads ng Marikina just to drop at that last moment.
That's Escanlar's 15th point of the match. Lero to Chopitea, and that finds a way to get that point.
Kahit nga nagkabanggaan ng konti dun sa first ball, they were still able to convert doon.
Bono to the middle, over the blockers. De La Peña.
Once again, the Lady Shoe Masters caught a bit flat-footed there as they watched another ball drop yet again into their side of the court. As you can see naman, the blockers are there. It's just that I don't think those on-floor defense are ready. Hindi nila nababasa rather yung trajectory ng bola. Kung saan babagsak talaga.
There's lack of anticipation on the side of the Lady Shoe Masters. As Chopetea, again, able to put that through.
I'm starting to wonder tuloy if it would be possible siguro for the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters to focus maybe on their floor defense. Kasi parang doon sila talaga nakukulangan maraming butas na to just really devote yung mga players nila on the floor to that aspect of the game.
Lero to Chopitea again. This time she's blocked. Goes to Pale from the other side. Sipada was there. And Makasait. She was too early to approach that set.
Medyo na-excite nga lang doon si Makasait. But then again, Dasmariñas is still in the lead.
Lenguaje on deck. All still up. Chopitea finding the floor in that last setup.
Chopitea has been a bright spot for their team. Not only for this game actually, but for this season. She has been one of their more consistent players na pag nilagay mo siya sa court, you can rely on her.
Well, I believe she's one of the ates in the side of Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Hono sets this one to the open. Rejected. Makasait was sent back. Baba sa tatlo ang hinahabol dito ng Lady Shoe Masters.
Marikina coming to life here with that block on Makasait.
Another one over the blockers this time. Ang bilis naman bumawi ni Makasait from that error.
I really love how she used the hands, the tip of the hands rather, ng mga blockers. Talagang pinatama niya doon. Only for the ball to ricochet into a court, side of the court that was unprotected.
Mauricio back on the floor. Dasmariñas with a 4-point lead. Lero to Tagarat. Rejected. One more time. And at first you don't succeed, you should try again.
And ayun nga, sa second try niya, Celine Dagarat just scoring off that, of the blocker's hands na hindi naman ready naman ngayon yung Dasmariñas to cover for that.
Lero to Palek from the back and asking for a check. According to our officials, there was none. Balik sa Dasma ang bola. But before that, it's the second technical timeout. Dasmariñas earning their 16th point.
Fans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile.
You can catch all the games of MPVA live and free exclusively on pusopi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. At maraming salamat sa ating media partner, Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. We are still here at the Marikina Sports Complex and you are watching Dasmariñas City Monarchs going up against the host team, Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Pero nakakadalawa na etong Dasmariñas as Lero is replaced this time by Raven Sarte.
Marikina trying to see if baka si Sarte naman ang spark that they need para makahabol dito sa ating third set.
13 serving 16. Almost. Escanlar. One hand dig. Free ball ang ibibigay ng Marikina. Tries the opposite and that time you saw Hakop hitting through the blockers.
The blockers there na Marikina just not being able to establish yung position nila quick enough. At lumusot na nga ang bola.
On deck is Mahamonde. And too long for Palek. Angat sa limang kalamangan ng Dasmariñas, kaya naman ang papapatawag ng timeout si Coach Revy. Pakinggan natin.
Content tsaka swing down para uminside. Pero okay lang yun, tama yun.
Girls, kung ginagawa nyo, okay yun ha. Walang problema yun. Pag makita yung set sa inyo, huwag nyo matakot patawin. Huwag nyo matakot paluin yung bola. Okay? Pag tingin tayo ng race receiver, kung mag-block man yan, okay lang. Pag sinutuloy sa'yo, paluin mo lang pag tingin mo maganda. Okay? Every time may gagawin kayo isang bagay, kailangan buo lang loob mo. Ready lang din yung cover. Okay?
Isa-isa lang, isa-isa.
And we are back. We are seeing here Dasmariñas City Monarchs versus the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Ngayon, the story of the game here has been, well, Dasmariñas has been dominating this game so far. Although we have been seeing improvement nga dito sa ating Lady Shoe Masters. Sa first set, hindi sila makakuha actually ng attack attempts. Pero now they are starting to get these windows of opportunities. And kita naman natin that gradually they are being able to rack up on the points.
That's correct. Yun nga yung naging reminder during the huddle. You know, one point at a time, hindi sila pwedeng magmadali. You know, and you know, they need to have that confidence para maka-open sa. At syempre kung may mag-open sa, kailangan may coverage din sila. Not enough effort in that last sequence for Marikina. Angat sa 6 ang kalamangan ng Dasmariñas, 19 serving 13. Free ball for the Lady Shoe Masters. Sarte goes to the open. Palek was dug. Escanlar, even though she's underneath that ball, she was able to make a way to earn that point.
Grabe yung adjustment na ginawa niya doon. Talagang halos lumiyad si Escanlar just to get to that ball. But that hit was really so good. Kahit na parang halos lumiyad na siya, the placement was still so on point.
Good read by Cruz. Serves out. Dagarat on deck. Marikina chasing a 6-point lead. Escandar tries down the line. Powerful hit.
She gets that talagang power. Yung approach niya, yung buwelo niya is all there. And parang she unleashes all that in like a single second. Grabe talaga yung bilis and bigat ng bola niya.
Marikina getting a point from that error committed by Dasmariñas. Lero, babalik on the floor.
Crucial moment na ito for Marikina, and they are bringing in their veterans here on court to see if they can rally their team to hopefully still catch up.
15 serving 21. Not a good time to commit errors.
Talagang if gusto makahabol nitong Marikina, they really need not only nabawasan yung errors nila, but also talaga to get their game running.
Service ace.
And they can't do that if wala silang first ball.
And Escanlar continues to get more points.
Really dominant for si Escanlar on the side of the City Monarchs.
Sopitea, almost a point. Over the blockers. Did not work for Dasmariñas. We'll see. Long rally, a drop. Nabasehan ni Lero. Chupetea hits from the middle. Picked up. Down the line hit. Angat pa rin yan ng Marikina. Long rally ahead. And an error committed by De La Peña gives Marikina another point.
No hands caught there sa side ng Marikina. We are seeing new faces as well in the court nitong Lady Shoe Masters.
On the floor, that's Riza Digor. Full swing. Too much angle by Makasaet.
Good intention nga doon from Makasaet because she did see na the blockers were right in front of her. Trinay niyang iwasan, although she did put too much force, too much angle nga doon sa kanyang swing.
Off the block. Naibalik pa ni Lero sa Dasmariñas. Excellent net defense. Free ball. And that's just too strong for the Lady Shoe Masters.
There was hesitation there on the end of Luchavez before she took that swing, resulting in that hitting error. Hindi tuloy tumama yung timing ng pag-contact ng kanyang hand sa ball because of that just split second of hesitation, ano? Pero ang laki ng epekto.
That's right. Lero gives it to Chopitea. Well, she was aiming for the hands of Bahamonde. Oh, and she did.
Lero happy there with how that play turned out. Actually, isa na lang ang Dasmariñas. Let's see.
And there has been confusion on the side of the Lady Shoe Masters. Parang meron ata tayong illegal rotation. And with that careless error, ending that game in favor of Dasmariñas City Monarchs.
Mukhang that has been the story of actually both games today sa mga nag-tune in din kanina sa Pasay versus Quezon. Ganun din naging kwento. Actually, it was an error on the part of the Pasay that gave the final point to the Quezon Tangerines.
That's right, and with that, Dasmariñas winning another and adding to a point for their scores.
Their sixth win.
Yes.
Now, actually, straight win.
Straight on that.
Although itong Marikina naman, they did put up a fight. As we can see naman, per set, talagang they were improving. And hopefully, baka sa next match nila, that improvement may result in their second win, hopefully, sa
That's correct.
league na ito.
Yes, 25-18 is the score for set number 3. We'll present you the Queen of the Court and, of course, our game highlights sa pagbabalik ng Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
25-15, 25-13, and 25-18. It was a sweep win of Dasmariñas Monarchs against Marikina Lady Shoe Masters, Jillian. And you know, we did see hindi naman nga naging ganun kadali itong laban ng Marikina at Dasmariñas, but still we've seen how dominant this player from Dasmariñas is.
Agreed, and that is no other than si Myrtle Escanlar, who has really been the main cannon of Dasmariñas for this match.
At syempre kasama na siya at the sidelines ni Fiona Bacani.
Ayan, so kasama nga po natin ngayon ang ating Queen of the Court, none other than Myrtle Escanlar. Myrtle, congratulations! Ngayon, on paper, perfect kayo eh. Isa lang yung natalo yung set throughout this whole first round. Pero ikwento mo naman sa amin, ano yung mga naging challenges ng Dasmariñas team para makaabot sa puntong to?
Madami po kaming challenges bago po dumating po sa ganitong run. Before po mag-start po, everybody was recovering from sickness. Halos lahat po sa amin, mga 70% po sa amin galing sa sakit. So even at the start pa na po, kulang-kulang na po yung training namin. Tapos sabay mo po ba dyan mga academics po namin, lalo na po eligibility semester for UAAP po yung ngayon. So madami po kaming challenges. Tapos some of us are nursing injuries. This is an important part din ng team namin, nasa Bahrain din. So kulang kami. So everybody, kaya po napansin nyo din po, madami pong mga ibang positions, tinitake nilang ibang positions, sinasalo lang po namin ng isa't isa.
Ngayon naman, Myrtle, alam kong, yun, speaking of challenges, galing ka pa nga exams. Pero sa ngayon, gaano kahalaga itong pag-step up mo despite all of these challenges to lead your team into a victory like this na sweep nyo ang first round?
I think it's important po kasi, yun po, madami po kami kulang. So, we need to be what the team needs. We have to fill in whatever roles we need to fill in habang ganito nasa punto po kami ngayon na madami po kami kulang. Tapos, rebuilding na team po kami, we're getting used to each other. Iba po sa last batch po namin, sa mga artists po namin, they almost had an entire decade na makipag-gel po sila hanggat sa punto po na almost na perfect nila yung chemistry. And sa amin po, kulang na po kami, tapos makipag-takpan po kami ng roles namin. So, mas importante po yun siya, hindi lang po sa akin, sa lahat po sa amin.
Yan, and despite that, syempre nanalo pa rin kayo. You worked so hard to get to this point and you have swept the first round. So that's definitely something that you should be proud of and happy about. And because of that, Myrtle, meron ka pang gustong batiin ng mga nanonood sa'yo? Friends, family, supporters?
Binabati ko po yung family ko po sa Negros, family namin spread all across wherever po, yung community po namin sa Calvary, yung municipality po namin. Yung professors ko din po ng mga bababait, thank you po sa inyo. Pati po sa families din po ng mga teammates ko who have never stopped supporting us, as well as our community po.
Ayan, so thank you and congratulations once again to Myrtle Escanar and of course the rest of our Dasmariñas City Monarchs. They have remained undefeated in the first round and there's more to come in this upcoming second round. Now that's all from us over here. Back to you, Sheila and Jelan.
Thank you so much, Fiona, and congratulations once again to our queen of the court, Myrtle Escanlar, as she continues to thrive, of course, and help Monarchs to stay perfect, ending their first half of the elimination round. At syempre, balikan natin ang mga nangyari dito sa ating laro. And here are your Smarts Power the Plays, brought to you by Smart on the 5G. Only 85 pesos for 3 days. Download the Smart app and load now. Well, Jelan, ang ganda ng ipinakita ng ating dalawang kupunan na to. Pero kung titingnan natin yung simula ng set number 1, palitan ng errors to begin with. Eto, but still, unti-unti silang slowly getting their groove and their rhythm. And it was Dasmariñas yung somehow, of course, showing their might at this first part of the match.
Agreed. I think sinabi nga ni Escanlar kanina that they still need time to gel together. They didn't have the decade that their ates had. Pero still, kita mo sa court yung connection talaga nila. Everyone was really trying to contribute, really fighting for every point. And I think that's really what puts them at the top of the stands. Yung talagang composure, consistency, and grit that they have.
Yeah, and also like the mindset na they're stepping up in the absence to fill in some of the roles of their teammates. And I like that positivity, and it just means, you know, she is a team player, not only a team player, but she's leading the team, of course, when it comes to the scoring points all throughout the game. Kaya naman ang laki na naging kalamangan ng Dasmariñas ending set number 2. Pagdating naman sa third set, it was definitely somehow very similar, but nakita natin yung sporadic contributions and effort on the side of Marikina Lady Shoe Masters.
Definitely, although nga talagang even though they had those bright spots, I think really it was their inability to build momentum that really got to them in the end because of errors nga nila.
And that has been the reminder of Coach Revy every time natatawag siya ng timeout. Not very technical but focusing on the basics, focusing on the fundamentals. Lalo na wala yung kanilang player na star player si Bridget Martinez in this game. So malaki ang kakulangan at kailangan punuin ni Chopitea as one of the veterans in the team for now. And we ended third set with 25-18. At syempre nakita natin the dominance and superiority of the Dasmariñas, and it also reflects on the numbers.
Tumataginting na 41 attacks to the 15 attacks ang meron nga ng Dasmariñas, as well as their service aces. I think they really dominated the match in that aspect. And syempre, may kita actually natin na mas marami pang errors na nabigay itong Dasmariñas sa Marikina rather than the other way around. But still nga, because sobrang yung cannons nila, their spikers, nagtatrabaho, still they managed to cinch that dominant win.
At nakabawi naman sila sa ibang aspects of the game. Kaya naman sila pa rin ang nanalo for this game at tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang volleyball action on Saturday, October 25. At magkita-kita tayo sa Pasay Sports Arena at 1 p.m. It's going to be Caloocan AM Spikers facing Dasmariñas Monarchs. 3 p.m. magtatapat ang Pasay Lady Voyagers at San Juan Lady Knights. And of course, at 5 p.m. it's going to be Quezon Tangerines playing against Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. At October 25 is the start of round 2 ng ating torneo. Siyempre, on behalf of our courtside reporter Fiona Bacani and Jalen Blem, this has been Sheila Salaysay. At maraming salamat sa panonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association.